But right now, a heroin addict could be in your neighborhood looking for their next high. Burglaries and thefts with ties to heroin users fueling their addiction is out of control in the Tri-State. It's an invasion of your castle, pushing some jails to the brink and leaving a trail of victims.
I wouldn't steal nothing that I knew I couldn't sell.
Frank Wainscott was a career criminal. He kept money in his pocket and a drug addiction fueled for years.
And I didn't care about nothing but the next hit.
That hit came at a price for his victims, who had credit cards, radios, even their cars stolen, so Frank could pay for it.
I would go sell them, get the money, and go get some more crack.
Frank is now a statistic, grouped in with a new wave of addicts, fueling their heroin addiction through a surge of crime.
Say conservatively, 3/4 of our felony burglaries and breaking and enterings are tied to heroin. Maybe as high as 90% are based on people trying to support their heroin habit.
Vince Ferris is Claremont County's prosecutor. He says Claremont County is ranked as the county with the highest issue of heroin-based crimes, with heroin tied to every burglary between July and October of this year.
Are you at a point at all where some cases you're looking at and saying, all right, you can be on home confinement right now while your case is processed because we don't have room in the jail? Are you at that point? Have you had to look at that?
We've been at that point for a long time. Those judges have to make decisions every day when they put people in jail is who am I going to kick out because they are overcrowded at the jail.
There are ways you can protect yourself. First, common sense reminders like locking your doors and windows. A security alarm can help but can be costly, so just a sign in your yard could help deter would-be thieves. Beefing up security is also a couple screws away. Replace the small 3/4-inch screws on your strike plate with 3-inch screws that will secure your door frame to the 2x4s in the wall, making it more difficult for someone to kick in your door.
So there's lists and lists of stolen property out there that you never see. It never turns up.
As for your stolen items, Ted's Pond in Norwood has seen the results of drug-fueled thefts.
So they come into you and they say, oh, how much can I get for this?
Right.
And you go, well, what is it?
Yeah, and they don't know that it's a compression gauge set or for...
After years in the business, Rafe Tincher gets a pretty quick sense when something doesn't seem right and says most thieves know better than to bring their stolen stuff to him because of his relationship with the law.
We hold those items and send a report to the police every day, so they can check that against stolen item reports.
He's also surprised that when people do try to track down their stuff at his place, just how ill-prepared they really are.
A lot of people don't have their serial numbers written down or an accurate description of what their item was.
You would turn around and flip stuff, not at a pawn shop. You would go to...
Friends, people I know, family.
As for Frank, he says he's done with crime and off drugs, a blessing from his arrest in 2009.
What'd you do, just kind of take a deep breath and say, they got me?
It was it. It was the end.
Frank adds incarceration without treatment doesn't work, and stopping an addict's desire to steal to pay for their habit goes beyond what the system can do.
You can't help a person if they don't want to help. You can stop it for them, but if they don't want to help, they're just going to go through the motions and then be right back on it as soon as they get out of rehab.
Of course, we know drug addiction isn't going away anytime soon. I've come down to the Channel 9 garage here, and one thing that Frank mentioned is that when he would sit at the parks and watch people get ready to go for a jog, they'd mess with backpacks and purses, things of that nature, but then they'd go out for a jog, leaving those items in the car. He knew that was an easy target. And when it comes to your home items, well, pull out your phone. Rafe Tincher says just pull out your phone and take pictures of all those valuable items, even those serial numbers, so you have documentation of what you have. And then most importantly, he says, file that police report. It'll certainly help when police do recover stolen items to help match them up.